All right, guys, well, thanks for tuning in today. Just real quick before this video gets started, I just want to say that just doing a couple videos here on pretty much how I go about approaching scouting the hill country, big timber of like southeast Ohio. You're going to see in these videos here that a lot of what I'm scouting is either public land or it's private land that I have access to, I have permission to, that butts right up to public land. So if you hunt Wayne National Forest or any other public areas in the state of Ohio, you can kind of apply some of this to some of your hunting tactics. I just kind of go over what's worked best for me or what I would do. Some of these spots are spots that I plan on hunting in the future or spots that I've already had success in. So if you're an out-of-state hunter or you're an in-state hunter and you're looking to hunt this type of terrain, maybe some public land, I think you might enjoy these next couple videos, and hopefully you can pick up something from this. These are videos that I recorded a little while ago during turkey season. I was turkey scouting, but also I was shed hunting and just scouting in general. If you guys have not already, please, I'll have a link at the end here of the hill country bedding video that I did actually last summer to give you a little background of just what I'm looking for bedding wise. I think that's a good video. A lot of people seem to like that one. All right, guys, we hope you enjoy. I know it's just summertime right now. It's only June here, but I'm already thinking about, deer season coming up and how to approach some of these setups and how to hunt some of these hill country, big timber bucks of Southern Ohio. All right, guys, hope you enjoy. So this is just to give you a total view of the area that I killed my buck this year. This is a bedding tier here that runs all the way. Here's a point, and it actually wraps around to the other side. This is the top here. A lot of white oaks up top. This is a great early season spot. This is when this is the time frame that I killed my buck. My blind is just back here a ways. So any wind that's coming out of the south or west is not great for this spot, because any deer that are coming up or coming up below from their bedding to come up to the top here, they're gonna catch my wind. So usually either a north wind or an east wind is the best for this. They might come up at an angle, but then once they're on top, my blind sits far enough back that they aren't catching my wind. And this is the kind of spot where they'll bed here. And then they can hop up here real quick and eat a little bit. Then there is a big destination field down below. So they kind of will come up here, eat some acorns early in the evening, and then head back down. And they do the same on the other side. They come up over, eat a little bit, and come back down. Also in the mornings, what you'll do is you'll catch them. They'll come up to their bed, but then they'll come on and they'll hit this like late morning, like let's say like 10 o'clock. They'll come up and hit this a lot. So it's kind of a decent little spot. Like I said, I killed my buck last year out of this location. He died right here on the end of the hill, but he came up from one of these tiers that he was bedding on. But yeah, just to give you a full view, this is the bedding tier that'll lay right here. And then in this particular location with a lot of white oaks, you can they get kind of sucked up top to eat a little bit and then head. So I'm hunting on top. Like I said, I love the tops just for the little more consistent winds. All right, let's keep going, see if we find any beds or sheds or anything. All right, so here's another example of a buck bed. This is perfect, real big bed, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell. Probably not the camera, but it's really scooped out, really worn into the hill. That tells me that this has been used for years and years. No other way is it gonna get worn like that. Actually, there's another one right here, little bed there. It might be, the same buck. Buck may be using it. Just depends on if he's gonna land that one or this one. Brush the leaves away a little bit just so you can see there was no hair on top of it initially, but once you dig down through the leaves, you'll see there is some hair. So it hasn't been used recently, but I'm gonna say this is definitely a bed that's used probably during deer season here. Maybe not currently, but as you can see, he's got a heck of a view. He can see way down he can see way down. Right now, the wind, I haven't checked the wind direction, but the wind's blowing right up over his back, so he's able to see down. You know, he can still see up top a little bit, but first tier from the top, this is a perfect big buck location here. Just, to me, just very typical style of how they like to lay, right on the edge here. So, and I mean, I know this because I hunt this. A lot of bucks use this, but just, you know, right here, right on the end of the point here. Right on the end of the point, that's right where he's laying here. All right, let's keep going. I know I'll find some more beds here. So this is funny. Literally, that buck bed's right there. And what do I walk over and see? I see a balloon. All you hunting beast fans out there are gonna know what that's all about. I'm not a huge believer in the balloon thing, though. I find balloons everywhere. I mean, literally everywhere. But just funny. I thought you guys would get a kick out of that. You know, right there's the bed, and there's a balloon. So. Yep, thought I'd show that one to you as well. Right there's another bed. Just one more tier down. And another bed. That one looks recent. A lot of hair in it, and actually you can see where they must have got up, so I might have spooked them. Probably does, I would say. That is a pretty big bed, though. You can see the leaves really smashed down. Nice. All right, now I'm below those bedding tiers, and as I said, you can see, look at this trail coming right down. This trail coming right down off the point. Right down off the point. And you see it going right down. See it right there, and then as I said, down there are the fields. There probably won't be many beds on this tier. This is a pretty big tier, and I think down one more is the bottom. As I said, most of them are bedded up a little higher, coming right down off that point. Now, I mean, could you get down in here? Could you try to sneak in down here and catch them coming down in the evening? You could, but I'll tell you right now, it's usually not till late. So unless you can sneak out real quick, plus, as I say, the wind, but even if you sat down here, unless you can sneak out real quick, you know, before they have a chance to come down the trail, I don't really recommend it. Plus the swirling winds, you know, that's always the factor when you get down a little lower here. So you kind of got to pick your poison. All right, so I want you guys to take a look at this here. This is what we would consider like a funnel here in the big woods, or pinch. You see these steep ravines? I mean, these are steep ravines. I don't know how well you can see. Very steep ravines. Deer are not going to cross them. They're going to use this path. Never mind the tree that just fell. They're going to use this path to get up to the top here. And if you look here, this is an old logging road, but you can see this trail. Heck of a trail. And it's their only way to cross on this entire hill. It's not much further to the top, so it's the only way they're really going to cross is right down this logging road, and you can see that heck of a trail there. So if you would set up, you know, in one of these trees above here in the rut, I mean, this is a perfect rut funnel. That is like the epitome. It's like the epitome of a rut funnel right here. Just a little U shape, kind of wraps around, goes back around. Get up here, nice north wind coming this way. Get up here, deer aren't gonna smell you. You can sit all day. You just never know what's gonna run through here. All right, another good location. All right, here we have another rut funnel here. Logging road. The only way these deer can get to this hill, to that hill, is right here. And you can see there's a heck of a trail, again, going this way. Deer are not gonna cross that, go down in this. Typically, they're not. Right here is where they're crossing. Again, get up in one of these trees, have a shot down to this flat. Typical rut funnel here in the big woods. And look at the tracks. Some good sized tracks there. Bunch of tracks right on this. Bunch of tracks. Yeah, I mean, you look down in there. Deer are not gonna typically cross that. Coming right down here. All right, guys, I'm sweating bad. Just to let you guys know, you know, like these rut funnels that I just showed you, you know, I've hunted this property for years, but those rut funnels there, you should be able to identify those on pretty much any property right away. Would be a good rut funnel. That should be identifiable as you're scouting day one, when you're out there scouting the big woods. Now, as far as me talking about that other hillside where they bed, they come up, snack on the white oaks, and then go down. I just kind of learned that through running cameras pretty much in the last 2 years. I didn't really actually know that until I started running the cameras. So that's a spot that I kind of learned over time running cameras. But these rut funnels, you should be able to, it's not rocket science. You should know that the deer can't cross. That's their main crossing point. So, yep, just want to let you know how I figure these things out. It's not all just by me looking at it. Some of it is just learning it, habits over years running trail cameras. So. Oh, all right, guys, I just found my first shed in a bed of the year. I could see it right here. I knew this was a bedding location. You can see the shed right there. There's a bed right there, bed right here, and he must have been bedded right there too. Out on the point, looking down like usual. Let's walk up on it here. Nice brow tine. Yeah, look at this bed, and yep, there it is. Nice shed. Nice looking shed right there. Freshy. Yeah, so here's the bed. It's got hair in it. And the antler's laying right there in front of us. What's crazy is this location, I shot a buck and he was bedded. I hit him, not the best hit. And he was laying right here. We walked up on him, jumped him. He actually ran down over to the other tier that we're just on. So I knew this was a prime buck location, bedding wise. So, all right, let's pick up this shed. All right, let's raise the shed. We'll put the mushrooms down. Good shed, yeah. Good looking shed here. Young deer with nice brows. Cool, we'll take her. Freshy. Still hair on it. Cool. All right, let's keep going. All right, now we are in a little bit of a pine thicket here. As you can see, a lot of pines, a lot of pine needles on the ground. There's 2 beds right here. There's also some beds here up off the edge here. You can see here's the edge. I will say this probably looks more like a doe group area because they're kind of away from the edge and there's multiples, so they kind of have themselves to watch out for them. Instead of buck, him being by himself, he needs to be able to see everything. These does can lay in like thick stuff and lay off because they got each other to protect themselves, not just one set of eyeballs. Anyways, these pine thickets are a good place to look for these beds, whether it's mature bucks or deer in general. This pine straw, I don't know if you've ever lain down in it, but it's super soft. So I don't blame them laying in this because, like I said, the bedding itself is super soft. But it does provide good thermal cover. I don't know about these pines, but just a place that I do find there to be a lot of beds are these pine straw forest floor areas. Pines, but with a little thick. They tend to hold deer as well as far as bedding goes. But I've never found a shed in here, which solidifies even more. Maybe this is just more of a doe group area, just because I've never found a shed in here. Isn't always the case, but definitely could be why I've never found a shed here actually. So let's keep going.